Hello, my name is Richard RJ Eskow. I'm a writer and journalist. I was Bernie Sanders' chief speechwriter and editor during the 2016 campaign. I used to be a healthcare policy and financing person. I worked in information technology. And yes, I'm sorry to say, I was also a corporate executive before I turned back to my old lefted politics and what you might call a process of reawakening. I am also a musician and songwriter who's played all kinds of music, as you might have guessed from the musical instruments, if you notice them behind me. I want to thank Democracy at All for inviting me to start a series here, which I'm calling All for All. And if I were to summarize its message in a sentence, I guess I would say that it's time for our social imaginations to catch up with our technological imaginations. Just as we've created all sorts of new tools, sometimes to do stupid things, as with social media, but all kinds of new tools, so too can we find new tools for organizing, surviving, and flourishing in human communities on a stable planet. One thing's for sure, there's no time to waste. The techno oligarchs all around us have ideas about how to reshape our future that are extremely bold and extremely frightening. But we can come up with better ones, bolder ones, wiser ones, pathways to a future that is more livable, more exciting, more fulfilling, and much more humane. We've been taught to think of ourselves as lonely individuals locked in a brutal struggle for survival. That's what they want us to think. They've told us that life is conflict, but the planet itself is fracturing under that conflict, and so is humanity. We need radical innovation and new ways of being for a new and ever-changing world. Fortunately, there are guideposts and signs and inspirations for new ways of living all around us in history, in culture, in literature, in social experimentation, in political philosophy, and so much more. So I'll talk about what I learned working for Bernie Sanders and doing political activism, but I'll also talk about 19th century anarchistic thought and social experimentation. I'll talk about why artificial intelligence is really digital socialism, but I'll also talk about the leftist roots of country music. I'll talk about the cities and transportation of the future, but I'll also talk about Rastafarian ways of political communism during the 1960s. Altogether, this is going to be a process of exploration. Hopefully that means it'll be like any good exploration, which is to say interesting, sometimes surprising, and sometimes hopefully fun. But I'll leave you with this thought. Radical change is not only impossible, it's inevitable. Let's make sure it's the kind of change that works for everyone. I look forward to doing this with you. Thank you.